What it do, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, very close up here because of me, the mic. I can hear myself clearly. I got the fan in the background here. I'm at my grandma's. This is the very first video. Well, actually, I'm very glad that I was supposed to take a bunch of movies back today or yesterday now because it's midnight right now, but it won't be uploaded till Sunday. But I was supposed to take these movies back because I had 3 movies I still haven't watched yet. Well, 2 now. Well, 1. Because I could watch the rest, but the library was closed at 5:30. So I was like, damn. I was like, because it was kind of boring this time because usually I borrow movies and watch movies with my grandma, but this day sucked. It's terrible. But I got tomorrow. But we're going right now. The movie is this movie here is become a favorite of mine. I watched it just now, and I was really entertained by this film. I looked at this TV. I see this on TV years ago, but glimpses of pieces of it. But I've heard about the film, and that's Harley Davidson, the Marlboro Man, and with Mickey Rourke and Don Johnson. And I think this is probably one of my favorite films with them both because I'm a huge. You can use the Mark word. I'm a huge Don Johnson mark because I'm a huge Miami Vice fan, and I also like him as Nash Bridges, and also Mickey Rourke before he turned into him right there. This is a 1991 classic to me, and I thought this movie was in the 80s, but it's a 1991 film. And like I said, Mickey Rourke before all the plastic surgery, he's already using plastic surgery here, maybe, or whatnot, but not all fucked up here. And I thought this is awesome. I'll say it again, classic, in my opinion. Like the back of it says lots of action, lots of bullets. This basically is served up in 1996. It's in California, I believe, which I'm trying to think so. And like, damn, this 1996 doesn't really feel like it, but it was in a. Who knew what 1996 would bring? I was 6 years old at the time. Basically just. It starts out with a bang, It has Mickey Rourke as Harley Davidson, and the names, like it says before the film, like this name is not about. It's not promoting or copyright infringement. It basically just using the name, but as a character. So like Mickey Rourke, he's Harley Davidson. He's a biker. Marlboro Man is a biker, but he's always had those cigarettes, And also the characters too. One thing I like about this film is the characters. Harley Davidson, the Marlboro Man. You got Marlboro Man's like fling cop lady is love or Virginia Slim, and his buddies. You got his Mexican buddy Jose Cuervo, and you got Big John Studd was in this film, a wrestler. A couple years before he died, and he is Jack Daniels. And so all these names are it's just so fucking amazing. I enjoy it. But basically, it starts out with it just gives you a piece of introducing the characters. First, Mickey Rourke goes to pays gas for his pump, and there's a robbery going on. He goes in front of the robbery and hey, before him or up to the cashier, he's like, he put $10 to fill up this gas or whatnot, and then the robber's like, there's 2 of them, 2 little scumbag bastards, and like, we're gonna blow your head off. And then he said to there's so many quotes in here. I can't remember all of them, but I can remember some of them though. For the quote for the Mickey Rourke, as Harley Davidson says, I would you give me a nickel. If I was given a nickel, the very time a piece of shit like you putting a gun in, he's talking to the cashier's like, for a piece of shit like him, I'll be rich as a motherfucker. And then he just breaks his arm and he shoots him up and whatever shit and tells him to fuck off and gets the one guy in the knife. And and then the cashier's like, take what you want. So that's some bad business, but I'll take it, And then you introduce Marlboro Man, who just goes in a bar and these tough Indian dudes. He's playing pool, and he uses these quotes from, what my father said before he left this shitty world. He uses all these quotes before that, when my father left this shitty world, he said, fuck everything. That's what he didn't say that, but I'm just saying. All these quotes from Don Johnson, saying about, from his dad said, it's just pretty entertaining. But he beats the fuck out of these Indians and whatnot, and because he tried to be hard. Like, he's this guy flicking his knife around like, I'm gonna beat your ass, but you got fucking beat the hell out of whatever. But basically, the whole plot is here, which I'll basically talk about, is basically there's a bar, this rock and roll, called the Rock and Roll Bar, and the soundtrack on this movie is amazing. Bon Jovi, Dead or Alive, and you got fucking Firehouse, some other bands I remember, but it was kicking it easy. The music went along with the movie and everything. But their friends, Jack Daniels, who he had a fight with, which reminded me of a fight with my friends, you know. Jack Daniels is played by Big John Studd. I was like, wow. And they had a little play fight around, you know, because Harley hasn't been there in a while, and they had like a deal that fucked up or something like that. But they were just buddy, because he went after his woman or whatnot. He's played by Vanessa Williams, who plays, I think her name is Jules or Lulu, because I'm looking at the credits scene here. But they see these these white men with like these tall ass big trench coats, which the head of the crew of the henchmen is Alexander, who's played by Daniel Baldwin, which Daniel Baldwin's fucking terrible. I mean, his name's Alexander in this film. He's a fucking wank. Only Alec Baldwin and Stephen Baldwin are my picks. But him, fucking stupid. I don't want to care. I mean, this movie was good, but his was, we'll come after you. And but the one, I mean, yeah, but these henchmen go up to their old person who's a Big John or something. I forgot his name. Hold on. His name was Old Man, played by Julius Harris, who played one of the he had a metal hand in Live or Let Die with Roger Moore, James Bond film. But basically, his place gets he owes money, so they end up trying to rob. Like, he owes money, or he's gonna lose the place, and so they had the idea, like, let's just rob the let's just go rob a bank and get the money back. So they end up playing. They get an armored truck, and everything goes well, and they think they got the money and everything, but realizes that it's all fucking drugs. It's this crystal dream kind of thing. That's what it's called, the crystal dream or something. And they get pissed off because they get it like, oh, we did it, you know. But then it's this crystal dream and whatnot. And then so after that, then the henchmen come up, and they fight together like one by one, like it's a damn. They fight all together like one by one, like walking together like it's a Civil War days or the American Revolution. And they have Uggs too. That's one thing I like about the henchmen here. They have Uggs, you know, the Ugg machine guns or the assault rifles from Call of Duty days. Ugg H-bar Ugg or Ugg H-bar, whatever the fuck you want to call it. One of my favorite guns in the game. But that was pretty badass. I mean, but they're all together, like, you know, and these motherfuckers are fucking. They have bulletproof vests. They walked and they had these little tall ass trench coats. They remind me of the Tyrants. I think that's what they're called in the Resident Evil, like games and the movies or whatnot. But it goes haywire, and then the leader, the drug lord leader, is played by Tom Sizemore. He plays a very good fucking bad guy. In much of the movies, I've seen him in Heat. But in some other movies, but I never seen him as a good guy. Has he been a good guy? Maybe. I don't know. I haven't ever seen a movie. But he wants them to find him, kill him. But they say, you know, why don't we just go up there and go to this bank and get back, and we just want the money back. So they end up going there and they say we want how much money he needs to get the lease. So they end up getting it. But then after that, he says he wants a buck with it because Harley Davidson betted him, or he bet. I'm trying to remember. No, Marlboro bet him or something, so he had to put an added buck to it, which the fucking buck was just basically a listening device, because they thought, oh, they got the money and shit, you know, but they ended up then they gave him the money, and they gave back the drugs, but then they'd say, oh no, hell no, the drug dealers are like, or the landlord's like, you know, fuck that, because we want him, but like the landlord, I mean the drug lord guy, he gets the henchman back to go shoot him again, try to kill him all. But it leads to fucking nowhere and whatnot. And they try to get him, but then they end up coming to they end up coming after they gave the money. They end up coming to the bar, which they had their friends, Jose Cuervo, Jack Daniels and their one bud, which I forgot his name. Jose. I think that his name was. Yeah, Jose. And he was like, and then they came back, and then they're in the room, and they can't see them in the mirror. But they end up killing an old man, and that pisses Jose off, but he gets shot automatically. And then fucking Big John Studd's character gets shot off. So, I mean, it was kind of bullshit. So they end up leaving away, and they get in the airport, and like I spoke too soon. When they get in the airport, they got the money and stuff. Oh, well, they're going to find us. And they keep following them to the airport. And no one's stopping them, or, hey, what are you doing in here, you know? These fucking henchmen are like, oh, we're just invisible dickheads, and we're too tall, we have guns, and no one's going to say anything about us. Except the one guy in the airport outside, he got shot and killed. But they end up, Marlboro and him end up going to Las Vegas. Even before that, Marlboro has a backstory with Virginia Slim. It's like his on and off lady, which Virginia wants to be his lady, but he doesn't know what he wants. He's a drunk motherfucker and whatnot. But because also she's getting married too. She has her own man. Because he ended up getting on Harley's bike and then racing with this police biker. And I'm like, this has to be something going on. And there was a fucking chick, and she come in and held his dick and shit, like checking on him and shit. But I don't know. Then they go to like I said, they go to Las Vegas, and they end up finding them. The henchmen just don't stop, and that's when they find out they have the listening device. But they end up getting away. They have to jump, catapulting off a fucking hotel, which I thought that was hilarious as hell. And it's the quotes. The quotes are great, you know. Like Mickey Rourke in the hotel's like, man, I lost my. I think he said Virginia, maybe. Another word like, I lost my virginity to a fat girl. And then the whole quotes with Don Johnson. My dad told me before he left this shitty world. Never chase after a woman or a bus, because you always be left behind. But after so on, often, they realize, they get on their train and say, we gotta go back. Or Marlboro said we have to go back. And Mickey, who said it? Damn it. Or Mickey, Marlboro said we gotta go back, but fucking Davidson's like, nah, I don't fucking think so. But, he eventually goes back to see his life woman, but then her husband, soon-to-be husband, answers and tells I don't want what I want, but I don't want to, every time I'm with you or anything, it's the best thing in the fucking world, and I don't want to lose that. So there's a cliffhanger on that story. So maybe she broke up with that motherfucker and got back with him, maybe, I don't know. But Mickey comes back, Davidson comes back and say, we gotta finish. So they end up getting their listening device and have a point where they're in the aircraft place, which is a pretty cool hangout. It's just this aircraft junkyard, and there's this center one that's big enough to hold both of them. Hold like a hangout clubhouse. That'd be pretty cool to hang out with. But they put it in there with the money because they want their money back. That's why they came back to kill everybody. We want our fucking money back. And then they open it up and they don't have the money, so they end up going after him. Fucking Harley Davidson can't shoot worth a damn dime. That's how he was shooting it. But they finally get Baldwin or Alexander, want to say, and because Marlboro got most of the guys, and I'm like thinking, Davidson's got to kill somebody, and he does. He kill him he just shoots the gun so weird, and they end up going, and then they say, we got one more left, so they end up going to Tom Sizemore's character. And then Tina, the chick who plays in Wayne's World, the girlfriend, Tina Galera or whatever fucking name is. Got that song I have from Wayne's World 2. But they end up going after her. He's a little psychic. Nothing happened to her. What happened to her? I thought she would get taken down and get fucked or something. But at the end of the day, because Harley Davidson, Marlboro Man always has a boot that he always tapes up that he's had forever, and then you never knew why. And then Harley Davidson asked him, what's going on? You never asked me about that fucking boot. And then Marlboro says, my dad gave me these. It was the first and last thing he ever got me in his life, and that's why I was wearing them a lot. Well, that became a trigger at the last moment where Tom Sizemore thinks he has a plan that his henchmen are going to kill him. He killed Davidson and them, but it backfired because they paid his own helicopter to do the shoot up the other guys. So it was just up to them. And they had a little Marlboro. I say the name wrong. Sorry. He fights over time Sizemore, and then he got his boot, but it's his bad boot, and he just tears it off, and he just falls down to his death, probably into a car on oncoming traffic. And that is the end. And then they just go off to the sunset. He says, Harley Davidson says to Marlboro, "You want to come with me?" And he's at a rodeo, because that's what Marlboro used to be. He was a rodeo. His dad was a rodeo rider, or whatever it is. I don't know anything about that. And he's like, "Nah, I'm alright." So he ends up going to be the radio, kicking ass, being in the rodeo. And then Harley Davidson about to drive up to the sunset, and there's this chick hitchhiking, and he's like, "Where you going, babe?" "Nowhere too special." And then he says, "Well, let me take you there." So alright, and then she gets on the back of Harley, and then she puts her legs over him, which I never seen. It's like, yeah, she's gonna get the dick. She wants it. But that's how it goes off, and I thought this is an awesome film. Pretty damn good film. I give it an A, because this film just, I love the characters, how they were portrayed, the action. It's pretty damn, I just loved it. And is this rewatchable? Hell yeah, I recommend this film all the way. And I'm glad that I didn't take it back early. I'm glad the library closed early, and I got to check this out. It's fucking amazing. So, that is Harley Davidson and Marlboro Man. Check it out, one hell of an action flick, and it's the 90s too, 1991. I'm STS. Peace. We'll see you soon for the second little video coming up. Later.